welcome back to Rorys Workshop. Today we're working on the trayback again, the final piece, or at least whilst it's here. Gwyn Lewis has sent us over one of their second alternator kits. I've had it a little while and it seems it's been rained on. But we've got the mount on already, and now I'm going to try and show you how we're going to fit it to this truck, and it's probably quite similar to if you've got 300 TDI, how to fit it to yours. Ours has been modified slightly because our batteries are down the back here. We need it to be slightly, the power cables, we need them to be slightly longer than standard. Speak to Gwyn or any member of his team and they'll sort you out no end. I can't recommend Gwyn enough. He's fantastic. There's a lot of Gwyn Lewis parts on here. As you can see, he has sponsored us in the past. He is our crusher zone. We've got a Gwyn Lewis prop on the back of this, and we're getting the tracker ends that he does, because we know it's got sumo bars on it already, and yeah, it is like a Gwyn Lewis parts shop really. So today we're going to throw on this alternator kit, we do have the winches, so we do sort of require the extra power that'll give us, and with it being Gwyn Lewis, it'll just work. Let's get started, shall we? So in the kit, you get instructions, relays and zip ties. Oh good, I'm running low on zip ties. You get the mount that's already fitted, the stay here, and then we've got an extended loom. All very, very well put together. And naturally, because of who I am, we've got the second alternator is from Baymac, which will fit straight up. And yeah, we'll make a start. It looks like a really good bit of kit, and we'll go from there. Watch this space. So first of all, I'm going to fit the alternator so I know where the wires are going to go when we come to add the loom in. Looking forward to fitting this kit. I won't tighten everything up just yet. You'll hear Squid in the background and Rowan, who's putting the fuse box back in. There's that. Cool. So the loom comes with a really nice picture of the loom and where everything goes. So all I'm going to do is wire it up as per what it says. So I thought I'd do a bit of an update. This is a really, really nice kit. I don't get paid to say that, but I'm just telling you how it is. So far, I've got the alternator mounted. Gwyn prefers you to keep there's a cover that goes on the back of here, but unfortunately, the way that was, the wires were coming out the top, and it was going to be interfering with the bonnet. It'll be very, very close to the bonnet, and that's the last thing that we wanted. So I've run the cables down, and there's two looms. One goes into the dash or into sort of electrics area, and the other one is obviously the thick cable that goes to the battery. I fed the dash cable into the dash. Thankfully we've got plenty of room in here, and I'm going to mount the relay sort of down out the way. This is, I thought that something was amiss when I saw the electrical connections, But no, quite the opposite. This kit is fantastic. It has everything that you need. So you've got the 4 wires here for the relay. You've got the connector, the actual connector for it to mount into it. And then you've got these 2 wires are for your alternator light. And you've got power and earth as well. So, and it's one's ignition and the other one's earth. And this is a really nice, well thought out loom. And I'm just running it down underneath the chassis now to the battery. I asked for obviously a bit extra length because of where the batteries are, and it does fit really well. But I'll carry on fitting it all up. I want to get to a bit more of an interesting bit. Wiring isn't the be all and end all, unfortunately, with filming it, but it's such a nice kit. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it. It is so worth it. Right, I'll carry on and I'll catch up with you in a sec. So now I've got the wires run and cable tied up. We have a little bit extra cable, which is quite nice to have, so coiled it up neatly out of the way. On the end of here, we've got the fuse, which runs up inside. I've managed to get it inside, so I've mounted it. You can see the mount here. This all comes as part of the kit. And then you've got the fuse, 15 amp fuse here, which just clicks on, and he says, like so. So that's nice and neat. It's easy accessible if you need it. I don't think you will, but it's also out the way, and I like stuff to be fairly neat. We need to run to the to a sort of electrical place really, because we haven't got any connectors for the top of the battery, and we're going to move some around. But that's essentially where we're at the moment. I still haven't done anything in here just yet, but that won't take too long. The wiring diagram that comes with it is very precise, and I couldn't really be happier with it. This is one of those rare actual bolt-on kits that fits. So massive kudos to Gwyn Lewis, and yeah, we'll do a bit more. We'll catch up with you in a sec. So I think we're nearly done really. I've found an earth. We don't have a heater motor in this car anymore, so I've used the earth off of that. And I've taken a switched earth. I'm not happy with this. This is sort of temporary until I can have a look at it properly, because Badmin has attacked again. And we have Scotch block with some wires coming off. So see, this isn't right. It'll be fine for what we need it for, but in the future I will come and revisit this, because anything Badmin does is terrible at best. But we'll get there. I'll throw the dash back in. We're going to go to probably Halfords or somewhere to get some battery connectors, and then throw the belt on, tighten everything up. Job's a fish. So one of the final steps for us to do is to fit the alternator belt. I've taken off the alternator belt already. I put a nice big breaker bar on here, lifted up just enough to get it off the water pump, and now I can slip on our Micro V, a belt from Gates, so you know it's good. And then I can tension up the alternator. I'll do it without a camera in my hand. Tension up the alternator, tension up this alternator, and then put it all back on and make sure everything's happy. And then, as I say, we'll finish off the electrics in a minute once we get the new parts that we need. And that'll be it, really. Hopefully, anyway. Soon find out. And just as simple as that, it's in. It's all tightened down and tensioned up. Certainly looks the part, and I really like this Gwyn Lewis blue. It is nice. But as if you're thinking of getting this kit or fitting it, I wouldn't recommend it enough, because it's so easy to throw in. Everything's made for you, and it is really well built. Yeah, so now we'll go and get the batteries and parts now, and we'll get back and see if it actually works. But I highly suspect it will. So Gwyn's also added in this massive earth cable, and he says to attach it from the alternator down to the block. And the best place that I've found, I'll try and show you. Best place that I've found is down here. there is a bolt. There's a 10mm bolt just here on the side of the head, and that's where I'm going to put ours, or Squid's earthing cable. Everything fits quite nicely, and I presume that's where it is. There isn't any photographs, but that's where I'm going to put mine. And I'm sure if Gwyn tells me to put it somewhere else, I'll be sure to adjust it. But I'll throw this in, and we'll be about there, I think. So we've finished, really. And what a really simple install. Really well thought out, really easily put together. Let me show you. So obviously the basic kit, or the kit came from Gwyn Lewis themselves, and we paid the extra for them to build the loom for us, which is totally worth it. This kit, it really is so simple to fit. You don't need any sort of special tools or anything. Even the sort of terminals that I needed to put on, you can do with basic electrical equipment. So obviously we got the alternator from Baymac. Baymac sent that through. Thrown it all on, fits really well. I'm really impressed by it, as you can probably tell. We have, so down the back, the main car alternator feeds this battery, which runs the starter motor and the actual electrics of the car. And this battery, which is what the second alternator is for, runs the front winch. And everything that we need to it is fed here. You've got the main feed for the relay and the fuse and everything. And you've obviously got the power coming in from the alternator itself. Everything fits nice and neatly. We have the warning light here. We didn't have the mount, but Squid's going to make a mount and just sit it down here so it's out of the way. So it does light up when we put the ignition on. I'll get my beautiful assistant. Shazam! Look at that. We like lights. And yeah, it is really good. As I say, I hope if you're fitting one of these, or you're watching this because you're thinking about doing it, just do it. It is such a good kit. And many thanks to Gwyn Lewis for helping us with this and sorting us out. And the same for Baymac as well, who've obviously supported us for quite some time now. Things are going to happen. There's a lot of changes happening. This is my last project in the UK this year, which is why we're sort of pushing to get it done. Squid's going to take it back home now and play with it at a couple of Barmer events that are up and coming. Got Autumn Leaves back end of September, yep. And then Woodmaster up in Scotland in October. Sadly, I'll miss them, but I'll be watching with a keen eye where I'm going to be hiding. So, to that end, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there. Take care. Bye now.